adjournment, item number 1.
Okay. In the given facts and circumstances of the case, this court is of the considered view that the courts below have committed error in granting probate of the will without hearing the parties interested, and also in dismissing the appeal filed against the grant of probate. Accordingly, the impugn order dated so-and-so, passed in probate case, and the order dated in RFA number so-and-so are hereby set aside, and the matter remanded back to the probate court for fresh consideration. Substantial questions of law stands answered accordingly. Since both the parties are represented before this court, they are directed to appear before the Court of Civil Judge Senior Division 3, Aizawl on 20/4/2026. Whereafter, the learned court below shall proceed with the matter and decide the probate application in accordance with law, after giving reasonable opportunity to the parties to contest the matter. With the above observation and direction, the appeal stands disposed of.
Obliged.
Mr. Malhotra and both side. This is the Court of Civil Judge, Senior Division, Roman 3.
Roman 3.
It's correct? All right.
May it please Your Lordship, I would like to make a mention of an item in the supplementary hearing.
Just a minute. Mona, just come. There's a slight correction here. No? There'll be no full stop. This will be small w. Later on due to that. Huh? Yes, you were mentioning?
Yes, supplementary hearing costless, my lord, which has been fixed for today. The parties are in the midst of a negotiation, my lord, still requiring some time. If
In
I
the
may-
midst of?
Negotiation, my lord.
I see. Item 9, isn't it?
Yes, my lord.
So how much time?
2 weeks, my lord.
Okay. Who's for the appellant? You're for the respondent.
Yes,
Ms. Valentina Naldinpui, learned counsel for the respondent, submits that the parties are still in the midst of making an endeavor to settle the matter out of court amicably. Stop. She therefore submits that the matter may be adjourned for 2 weeks.
yes, my lord.
In view of above, the matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks as paid for. All right.
Much obliged.
My lord, if I may make a mention, my lord, regarding item number 3 of part 2.
3 of part 2.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
My lord, on the request of both the parties, my lord, if this matter may come up after a week.
Okay, as paid for by the learned counsels for the parties, is the matter for hearing after a week. Yes.
Oblige, my lord.
Obliged.
For orders, item 7.
May it please your lordship. My lord, as directed by this honorable court, we have undertaken dusty service in respect of the respondent number 1 and 2, and we have accordingly filed our affidavit of service on 23rd February 26.
Here on their behalf. So if I may be given 2 weeks time to file my power and objections.
This is third party appeal, your lordship.
Third party appeal. The leave is IA 23.
My lord.
Okay, 1 and 2. There's any other respondents? 3 is there also there?
Others are represented, I believe. 3, 4, and 5 is the state. They are the state, and 6 to 13 are being represented by Ms. Jacinta, I believe.
6 and 7, 7 and 7.
Lordship, I'm appearing on behalf of my senior. There's some urgency at the trial court, so I didn't receive any further instruction.
Mr. Zoram Chana, you are appearing for, you'll
I'll
be
be
appearing
representing the respondent number 1 and 2, my lord.
1 and 2. State is 3 to 5. Then 6 to 13, who are the council? Who's the council?
Lordship, I'm appearing for respondent number 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
Yes.
Your lordship, respondent number 8 to 13, they have all passed away, and they were already substituted by the respondent, the present respondent number 7. They have been substituted in the trial court itself.
No, 8 to 13 have passed away.
They've all passed away.
But whose names are here reflected?
No, they were substituted by the respondent number 7 in the trial court.
7.
Yes,
All of them.
all of them.
I see.
They're all brothers and sisters.
Okay. Mr. Lal Fakoma, learned counsel for the applicant, is present. Mr. Zoram Chana, learned counsel, submits that he has instructions to appear on behalf of respondent numbers 1 and 2, and submits that he will be filing his power within.
My lord, my power within 2 to 3 days, but regarding the affidavit in opposition, I'll be filing within 2 weeks, my lord.
Within the next 3 days, and he prays for filing objection to the IA, and for which he seeks 2 weeks' time. Stop the prayers aloud. Miss, your good name?
Tien Sangpui.
T.N.
Yes.
Miss T.N. Sangpui,
Appearing on behalf of my senior, Jacinta Zothanmoy.
learned counsel, appears on behalf of Miss Jacinta Zouthanmoy, who represents respondent number 6 and 7. Are you filing any objection?
Your leadership, I didn't receive any further instruction from my senior.
Then what do we write? That you appear, that's all. No, appears for us, who represents respondent number 6 and 7. And submits that she has not received further instructions from her senior. Stop. Mr. Lal Fakoma, learned counsel for the applicant, submits that the respondent numbers 8 to 13 are no more, and they have all been substituted by respondent number
7.
7 before the trial court.
Yes.
Stop. He therefore submits that appearance of respondent number 7 would suffice in the instant case. Next para. In view of above, let the matter be listed again after 2 weeks. And in the meantime, the respondents may file their objection to the IA, if so advised.
Deeply obliged.
Item 8.
My lords, in the present IA, we have received the written objection and affidavit in opposition. And my lord, thereby we would like to, we have already served the rejoinder also in respect to that today to the respondents. And in the meantime, we'll do the same before the registry also. So my lord may be gracious to list the matter again next week.
Next week.
Lordship, I seek your lordship's indulgence, as requested by the AG, if this matter can be fixed on 9th of April.
Mr. Malhotra, you are for?
I'm for the private respondent, Your Worship. Respondent 4. Whereby, yeah, the pleadings are complete. The matter may be listed for admission hearing on the 9th.
9th.
That's okay.
All right. Your good name?
Karthik Jain.
Mr. Karthik Jain, learned counsel, for the applicant submits that he has filed rejoinder affidavit to the affidavit in opposition filed by the respondents. When? This morning?
Yes, my lords.
This morning. And submits that pleadings are therefore complete and the matter may be posted in the next week. Stop. Ms. Caroline K. Lumoypui, learned government advocate, submits that she is led by the learned advocate general and prays that the matter be listed on 7th of April 2026.
9th of April.
I'm sorry, 9th of April 2026, on which date the learned AG would be able to appear. To stop, Mr. A.R. Malhotra, learned counsel, appears for the private respondent,
Number 4.
number 4, and agrees to the submission that the matter be listed for admission hearing on 9th of April 2026. In view of above, registry to verify and connect the rejoinder affidavit said to have been filed by the applicant this morning to the record, and then to list the matter for admission on 9th of April 2026 as prayed for.
My lord, in the main writ petition, there's an interim stay that may continue till next date of hearing.
In the main, you write separate order. List the matter with IAC number 40 of 2026 on 9th of April 2026. Stop. In the meantime, interim order passed earlier shall continue till the next date.
Obliged, my lords.
For admission, item number 2.
But I am appearing for the petitioner virtually, my lord.
Yes.
Well, I am supposed to give a rejoinder to the submission of my learned friend on the last occasion on Wednesday submitted. But if I may briefly summarize his submission, and then I will give my rejoinder, my lord. His main premise of the submission was that as per my return, which has been filed, I myself stated that I have not maintained the books of accounts. Number 2, with a malified intent, there are several errors committed by me filing of the return. Then, my lord, my learned friend has stated about the stock of 95 lakh which I have disclosed in my return. And also, my learned friend has submitted that income tax law does not permit maintenance of joint bank account amongst the family members, my lord. So first, my lord, kindly refer to page 77, which my learned friend referred to,
77
of my writ petition, my lord.
Okay.
Page 77, my lord, the first column says, are you liable to maintain books of accounts as per section 44AA? So, my lord, the query is whether I am liable to maintain books of accounts as per section 44AA, and the answer is no. My lord, my submission is that it is one thing for the liability to maintain books of account as per section 44AA, and it is another thing whether I have maintained the books of accounts. My lord, I will demonstrate, my lord, I will just in a short while I will just show section 44AA and other provisions of the Act to demonstrate that I am not liable to maintain books of accounts if my income is exempt. Secondly, my lord, as would be evident from page 80, my lord, kindly refer to page 80, column 6. Column 6, my lord, it says, in a case where regular books of accounts of the business or profession are not maintained, furnish the following particulars. So, my lord, the amount of the debtors, creditors, stock in trade and cash balance was given. My lord, the lady, she has repeatedly stated that she is from a remote area. She is not aware, so well versed with the filing of the return and all that. So she was under some confusion. What is the meaning of the regular books of accounts? Whether there is any statutory mandate to maintain books of accounts in a particular format. So she gave the figures of the debtors, creditors, stock in trade and cash in balance here. But nevertheless, my lords, the fact that she has given such detailed figure, my lord, which runs into rupees, my lord, 1245 940, then 984 520, 95 85 625, and 189 562. And this very well indicates that she has indeed maintained books of accounts. And I have earlier, my lord, on the occasion, I have my lord, shown the balance sheet and profit and loss account on page 185, my lord. Kindly refer to page 185 once more, my lord. Profit and loss account
Yes.
and balance sheet. So, my lord, all these, my lord, preparation of the balance sheet and profit and loss account, my lord. My lord, anybody with the trade of the accounting, my lord, anybody who's a class even 11, 12 studied accounts, knows that the profit and loss account and balance sheet cannot be prepared unless cash book, bank book, journal, ledger entry are maintained, my lord. It is impossible to do so, my lord. Otherwise, the balance sheet will not tally. Your lordship can see that liabilities and assets are tallied. 426 91014.69. Then 424 91014.69 is the assets and liabilities. So the balance sheet has been tallied to the fraction of a rupee also. And this is not, my lord, possible at all without maintenance of the books of accounts, my lord. Then, my lord, kindly refer to again, my lord, page 80.
Yes.
My lord, learned friend referred to the amount of stock in trade 95 85 625. Now, my lord, this stock in trade means that stock as on a particular day, my lord. The stock is, my lord, there is a turnover, my lord. The sales is for a particular year and the stock is on a particular day. So on 31st March 2022, when the balance sheet and profit and loss account was prepared, this was the stock in her in her shop. So that is what has been disclosed here, my lord. And that this is also not possible without maintenance of the books of accounts and the stock register. Right, so all this indicates that I have indeed maintained books of accounts, but nevertheless, my lord, I will submit that books of accounts were not liable to be maintained, my lord. Kindly refer to section 44 double A, my lord, of the Income Tax Act. Shall I read out, my lord? 44 double A.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
44 double A says, my lord, every person carrying on legal, medical, engineering or architectural profession or the profession of accountancy or technical consultancy or interior decoration or any other notification as may be notified by the board shall keep and maintain such books of accounts and other documents as may enable the assessing officer to compute his total income in accordance with the provision of this act. Then it says that every person carrying on business or profession, not being a profession, shall, if his income from business or profession exceed 1,20,000 rupees or his total sales turnover as the case may be exceeds 10 lakh rupees preceding the previous year, or where the business or profession is newly set up, if his income from profession is likely to exceed 1 lakh or his total sales turnover or gross receipt as the case may be exceeds 40 lakh. Where the profit and gains from business are deemed to be profit or gains under 44 AA or section 44 BB or 44 BBB as the case may be, the assessee has claimed his income to be lower than the profits or gains so deemed to be profit or gains of his business as the case may be during such year. Where the provisions of the section 4 of the 44 AD are applicable and his income exceeds the maximum amount which is not chargeable to income tax in any previous year, then, my lord, this is very important. Keep and maintain such books of accounts and other documents as may enable the assessing officer to compute his total income in accordance with the provision of this act. So, whether for the professional, my lord, who is required to maintain specific books of accounts, or for the business or profession if his turnover exceeds a particular limit or his income exceeds a particular limit, he is required to maintain the books of accounts to enable the assessing officer to compute his total income. Now, what is the total income and whether, my lord, the exempt income forms part of the total income, that is, my lord, the question, my lord. Now, my lord, kindly refer to section 10. Section 10, my lord. Chapter 3. Right, on the heading is chapter 3, my lord. My lord, your lordship has got the
Yes.
section 10.
Yes, section 10.
So on the before section 10 starts, it is chapter 3 over and above that it is written, and is very clearly indicated incomes which do not form part of total income. Then again it says income not included in total income. Then section 10, in computing the total income of a previous year of any person, any income falling within any of the following clauses shall not be included. So, my lord, the income which are exempt under section 10 and my income is exempt under section 10 subsection 26 and it does not form part of the total income. And my lord, I have shown, my lord, in section 44 AA that the objective of maintenance of books of accounts is computation of total income. And if an exempt income is not forming part of the total income, then where is the question of maintenance of the books of accounts arises for an exempt income? Then my lord, kindly go to section 4 also. Section 4. Section 4, my lord, says, where any central act enacts that income tax shall be charged for any assessment year at any rates or rates, income tax at that rate or those rates shall be charged for that year in accordance with and subject to provisions in respect of total income of the previous year of every person. So income tax is applied to the total income. Now exempt income does not form part of the total income, and therefore, my lord, my humble submission is that I am not required to maintain books of accounts. Then, my lord, kindly refer to my writ petition. From my written also, it will be evident that it is not part of the total income. Kindly refer to page 127, my lord, of the writ petition.
Hmm. 127.
127, my lord. It is details of exempt income. Income not to be included in total income or not chargeable to tax. So here, my lord, various my lord, exempt income, particularly in column 3, if your lordship sees other exempt income, then serial number 1, 1026, any income is referred to in section 1026. So here which I have described. So it is only a disclosure in the return. The purpose is that if I am exempt with respect to any income, the income tax department should know that I am exempt and under which section I am exempt. That's all, my lord. Then, my lord, kindly refer to page 137. Computation of total income. Now here, my lord, your lordship will see that 1 is salaries, then 2 is income from house property, 3 is profit and gains from business or profession, 4 is capital gains, 5 is income from other sources, 6 is total of headwise income, 7 is losses of current year, 8 is balance after set off, then 9 is brought forward losses, 10 is gross total income. Then 11 is income chargeable to tax at special rate. Then 12 is deduction under chapter 6A. Then 13 is deduction under section 10 double A. But this 10 double A is with respect to SCZ unit in a special provision with respect to SCZ unit. Then 14 total income is determined. And then, my lord, the tax is computed. Then, my lord, on the next page 138, computation of tax liability on total income. And tax is computed on the total income. Here, my lord, your lordship will see that in this computation of total income, this, my lord, this exempt income is not included. Then my learned friend submitted that in the profit and loss account, I have submitted 0 figure. Now, my lord, this profit and loss account, other than speculative business, my lord, kindly see 3.1, profit and gains from business and profession. Profit and gains from business other than speculative business in specified business, A30F of schedule BP. Now, my lord, schedule BP, I have submitted nil figure. That schedule BP, I am just opening, just give me a moment. Schedule BP, page 70, page 79, my lord.
You have taken these stands in your, you have mentioned this in your additional written
Yes, my lord, I mentioned it. I mentioned it.
Where is that?
Your lordship has that on record also, that it was submitted in the morning by my junior in the registry, my lord, that
Yes.
additional written submission.
I have it before me. You tell me which paragraph.
My lord, paragraph 2. My lord, paragraph 1 is books of accounts was maintained. Paragraph 2, petitioner was not liable to maintain books of accounts under section 44AA. It is submitted that although the petitioner had in fact maintained books of accounts, he was statutorily not mandated to do so in terms of section 44AA of the Income Tax Act. It is submitted that the section 44AA contemplates the obligation to maintain books of accounts for the purpose of computing the SSC's total income in accordance with the provisions of the Act. It is further submitted that section 10 of the Income Tax fall under chapter 3, which pertains to income which do not form part of total income. A bare perusal of chapter 3 makes it clear that such incomes are excluded from computation under the Act. Section 10 itself provides for income not included in total income. Now, I have not referred to this judgment, I will do that in a moment. Then it is submitted that tax is chargeable at the prescribed rates under section 4 only in respect of SSC's total income. Since exempt income does not attract any tax liability, the question of including such income in the total income does not arise. Accordingly, it is submitted that whereas income falls within the ambit of section 10, it does not form part of total income. Consequently, the SSC is not liable to maintain books of accounts under section 44AA or to have them audited under 44A, as this obligation only arises for computation of total income. In the present case, the income of the petitioner being exempt from section 1026 does not form part of total income, and therefore she was not liable to maintain books of accounts under section 44AA. It will be evident from income tax return filed by the petitioner that schedule of exempt income especially states that such income is not to be included in total income. Refer page number 127 of the petition. It is submitted that 44AA prescribes certain books of accounts and documents to be maintained by person engaged in a specified profession. However, no particular books of accounts have been notified by the Central Board of Direct Tax for traders. Reliance is placed on so and so. I will refer to these judgments, my lord. It is therefore submitted that although the petitioner was not legally required to maintain a books of account under 44AA, she had nonetheless done so for the purpose of preparing her profit and loss account and balance sheet. It is submitted that the audit required under 44AB is not applicable if income is exempt. Reliance is placed on so and so judgment. So, my lord, I was just referring to the schedule BP, my lord, page 79. And if your lordship correlates it to page 137, your lordship will see that if I had submitted this figure in the schedule BP, it would have automatically got transferred to the computation of total income. Kindly see, my lord, once more page 137. Profit and gains of business or profession. But if I fill up any figure in schedule BP, which is page 70, starts on page 79, the figure will automatically get captured in 137 mal, and a tax will be automatically computed by the software, whereas I am exempt, and it is not supposed to be part of the total income. And therefore, there is a separate schedule for only reporting of exempt income, which I have done, but I have admitted that there was an error in the figure. This particular part I've just not referred to, that if I had filled up this schedule balance sheet, my lord, BP, the figure would have got transferred to computation of total income, and my lord, software would have automatically made it chargeable to tax.
You have the counter affidavit with you? Affidavit in opposition?
Affidavit in opposition, yes, I have.
Yes. You come to
But
page,
it is-
please come to page 10.
Yes, ma'am. One second. Page 10. Yes, ma'am.
Paragraph 14.
Yes, ma'am. Paragraph 14, madam. Regarding the statements made in paragraph 35 to 37 of the writ petition, the answering deponent states that during the assessment proceeding, petitioner did not produce any documents to correlate the fact that the amount deposited into the bank account of the petitioner where business receipt of the petitioner accrued within the state of Mizoram. It is the abundant duty of the petitioner to submit all such documents and record to the satisfaction of the assessing officer in order to justify her claim of exemption under section 1026 of the Act, which in the present case the petitioner miserably failed. In absence of any cogent material indicating the fact that income accrued by the petitioner within the state of Mizoram, the assessing authority has assessed the income of the petitioner and passed the assessment order dated 19/3/24 by disallowing an amount of 289,56,5255 claimed exempt under section 1026 of the Act. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so 1026 is an exemption clause.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Correct.
they say that if you want to apply, if you want to get the benefit of this 1026, you have to justify and show
Correct.
and convince that
Yes.
the authority that the income derived is within the state.
Within the state of Mizoram.
Now,
Correct.
now, in your rejoinder affidavit, there is no reply to this paragraph 14. I
No,
noticed that you have replied to 11 and 13, then you jump to paragraph 16. There's no reply to paragraph 14 and 15. 15, of course, is not required, but 14, what do you say on 14? That we don't know.
My lord, it was replied, my lord, there, para 4, my lord, of their affidavit in reply.
Paragraph
Okay.
4.
Paragraph 4, my lord, internal page 2.
Oh, I see. So this has come before.
Lord.
2, 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 17 have been clubbed together.
Lord.
I see.
But let me just, just allow me to put affidavit in reply. Kindly just 1 minute, please. Affidavit in replying, right? My lord, with respect to paragraph 14, I have submitted, my lord, that my income has been presumed to have accrued outside the state of Mizoram. I submit that my income has been presumed to have accrued outside the state of Mizoram without any proper inquiry or supporting evidence, which constitutes a serious violation of the principle of natural justice. A decision based on mere assumption and presumption without proper verification of records or affording an opportunity to the SSE is unsustainable in law. The respondent authorities have failed to conduct a fair and impartial inquiry before arriving at their conclusion, and such arbitrary presumption that the deposit did not belong to the state of Mizoram in the absence of any contrary evidence gathered by them rendered the assessment illegal and unsustainable. I submit that the burden of proving that the income is taxable in the manner alleged lies on the taxing authorities, and such burden cannot be discharged by mere assertion and without supporting material. It is incumbent upon the authorities to substantiate their conclusion with credible evidence, whether oral or documentary, with credible evidence with and to conduct proper inquiry and verification before drawing adverse inferences. In the present case, the respondent authorities neither visited my business premises nor examined the books of accounts before concluding that no books were maintained. the entire assessments having been conducted in a faceless manner, the inability to upload voluminous record on the portal due to technical limitations cannot be held against me. The jurisdictional assessing officer had concurrent powers to conduct field verification but failed to exercise them. Such omission to conduct any inquiry or collect evidence before concluding that the income accrued outside Mizoram amounts to violation of principal resident justice and renders the assessment legally unsustainable. I submit that the assessment made under Section 69 capital A of the Income Tax Act is wholly without jurisdiction and liable to be set aside. Section 69A being a deeming provision cannot be invoked on the basis of mere suspicion or conjecture. There was no discovery of any unaccounted cash in my possession. The deposit in questions were made periodically into my bank account and were fully utilized for legitimate business purposes, particularly for the purchase of goods. The conclusion that such deposits represent unexplained money is therefore misconceived. It is unreasonable to presume that I was in possession of or personally consumed goods worth crores when the transaction clearly reflects normal business activity. I submit that the exemption under Section 1026 was specially enacted to safeguard members of scheduled tribes from undue taxation, keeping in view their distinctive socio-economic conditions. The arbitrary denial of this exemption defeats the very object and legislative intent behind the provision and undermines the policy of promoting tribal welfare. I have duly discharged my onus by furnishing all relevant documents, including the tax exemption certificate issued by the state of Mizoram, bank statement, balance sheet, computation of income, details of business, scheduled tribe certificate, Form 26AS, and other supporting records. Having provided a complete and credible explanation for cash deposits, the burden shifted to the department to produce tangible evidence showing that the income was taxable or liable to addition under Section 69 capital A. In the absence of such material, any adverse inference drawn against me rests purely on presumption and assumption, rendering the assessment legally unsustainable. I submit that the assumption that my income was generated outside Mizoram and transported back for deposit in a rural bank branch is irrational and impractical. Considering the significant distance and travel time between Mizoram and the nearest out-of-state location, such a practice would be commercially and logistically impossible. My goods were procured from reputed corporate suppliers and delivered within Mizoram, clearly establishing that the business operation and corresponding income were confined to the state. Moreover, all deposits were consistently reflected in my annual tax statement in previous years without any objection from the department, which affirms the genuineness and continuity of this transaction. I submit that the annual report filed in the Form 9 during the assessment process clearly establishes that I was duly registered under GST in Lunglei and that my entire business operation and income arose and accrued within the state of Mizoram. No objection or contrary finding has ever been raised by the GST authorities regarding the place of accrual of income. I further submit that the variation between the turnover reported in the annual return and total bank deposit is purely on account of accounting treatment, as the turnover disclosed in GST and income tax return is exclusive of tax, whereas the deposits in the banks are inclusive of tax components. A substantial turnover portion of my turnover arises from the sale of goods subject to higher tax rates, including tobacco products, which naturally result in a higher gross deposit value without indicating any suppression or undisclosed income. But I have submitted in the earlier occasion also, that kindly see the my bank statements, which starts from page 199. Kindly see, 199. My lord, kindly see 3421. There is a deposit of 33,04,000. Then again, my lord, there is a cash deposit of on third itself 2,93,760. Then, my lord, on 5th of April, there is a cash deposit of 7,65,045. Then again, there is a cash deposit on 5th, 1,68,400. My lord, then my lord, next date also similar pattern, my lord. So every day, my lord, on 2 occasions, she is making cash deposit. Obviously, my lord, whatever she is, my lord, earning in her shop, the cash, she is depositing twice a day, my lord, in her bank account. How it is practically possible that she will transport if she is, my lord, doing any, my lord, hawala transaction or bringing cash from outside Lunglei? My lord, she will deposit in any bank account maintained anywhere. Why she will bring that, my lord, 33 lakh and these amounts twice a day, take the trouble of my lord, depositing in a bank account, my lord. Every day, my lord, this is the pattern, my lord. Entire bank account has been submitted, my lord. And also, my lord, there is a payment also, my lord. If your lordship will see, on the same date, there is a payment of say 30 lakh rupees. So there are sales and there are purchases. My lord, their entire exercise is on the basis of my GSTR 9 return. If your lordship will see the so-called notice, my lord. The so-called notice, my lord.
Page 170. 170.
156, my lord. Kindly refer to page 156. Column 5. As per GSTR return filed by you, total turnover for financial year 2021-22 was rupees 1660.98 lakhs, whereas in return of income filed by you, total turnover was shown at rupees 0. I have explained, my lord, why in my return total turnover was 0. Because if I had shown my income in that schedule for business and profit, it would have got automatically transferred to the computation of total income part, and it would have made me liable to pay tax. So if they can collect the data from my GSTR 9 return of my turnover, which is 16 crore rupees, they can also collect the detail of my suppliers money and my every detail money. Now there is a e-waybill system which is generated in the GSTN portal itself. So whatever goods are transported from any part of the country to any part of the country, they are able to track it, because now it has got integrated with the fast tag device. So it is not that they are not in a position to verify. If they can access my GSTR 9 return, they can access my GSTN portal, and on that basis they can raise a so-called notice upon me. They can also verify my purchase figure. I have repeatedly said that more than 12,000 purchase invoices were there, sales invoices were there, more than 1,000 purchase invoices were there, which I could not have uploaded on the faceless proceeding. And also, my lord, the 264 proceedings were done at Shillong. So more than 500 kilometers, a lady cannot be expected to transport all her books of accounts and documents from Lunglei to Shillong. So that is why I have submitted, my lord, on the earlier occasion, that the officer concerned should have had a human approach and collected the date, verified my purchase invoices, their entire premise. If your lordship will see from the assessment order, their main grievance is that I have not submitted the purchase and sale invoices and the details of the part, which I am submitting that they could have collected from the GSTN 9 return. In any case, if they wanted to verify it, they could have come to my place of business. They could have verified whether I am indeed doing any business or not. If I am running a shop, whether I have a shop, whether I am maintaining books of accounts, what are my activities. Without any income tax officer, my lord, in this time and day, my lord, when everything they want to do in a faceless manner, But the SSC is very helpless. I am not able to demonstrate my genuineness that I am doing business. And the assessing officer, my lord, sitting somewhere in Bangalore, my lord, all these faceless proceeding mostly happen from Bangalore. Somebody sitting in Bangalore is assessing somebody in Lunglei, there is no problem. But if the situation arises that it requires verification by somebody to jail, my lord, it is a very serious charge that I do not exist. I do not do any business. Everything which I am, my lord, there is false. GST authority is not disputing that. They are collecting taxes. So one arm of the Ministry of Finance is very happy with my business which I am doing, my tax returns which I am filing. But Income Tax Department says that you do not exist. Everything that you are doing is outside Lunglei, outside the state of Mizoram. Now, what is the evidence? They have not come out with any evidence except, my lord, the assumption, presumption, and surmises that it is so. There is not a shred of evidence or material adduced by them before coming to the conclusion that I have not conducted my business operation from Lunglei, or that all these cash deposits are, my lord, some illegal act, my lord, or if there is any illegality, my lord, in such huge cash deposits, my lord, they should conduct further investigation. How this lady is depositing so much of money on a daily basis? Then, my lord, I'll proceed with the other part of my submissions, my lord. Kindly refer to this Soko's notice itself. But kindly refer to page 170 onwards. Kindly refer to page 175, man. $175 Paragraph 3.6, man.
See, just a minute. See, I think some more hearing is required in this. So, there's some paucity of time also, in fact, today.
Yes, ma'am.
So, we have it, we post it some other day again.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr.
Your
Chetia?
Lordship can just, I will make my submission in my own way, certainly. So, whichever date your Lordship is convenient, your Lordship can fix on that day. So, my only request is your Lordship can just let me know what all queries your Lordship had. So, I will accordingly prepare and try to answer.
Lord, otherwise, Lordship, we have submitted our part of argument, Lordship. We also submitted our written submission, my Lord. And I think, my Lord, my learned friend has also completed his part of submission.
No, my Lord. I need to make some submission. Not a very long time. I will take half an hour.
Today is only for reply to my submission. Otherwise,
so for reply only, my Lord, with respect to my learned friend submission, that once the error in written is there, then that is fatal, and there cannot be the officer concerned is helpless. Regarding that, I have submitted a compilation of judgment and circular today, which provides the power of the officer to assess and grant me relief. And also, my Lord, I was just pointing out that in the Soko's notice, what they have alleged and what they have assessed in the assessment order. So, assessment order goes beyond the scope of Soko's notice.
Yes,
and which is impermissible in law.
Just a minute, okay.
I will take just half an hour, my Lord, today, if your Lordship permits. आज चल रहा है, कितना तारीख है? 27 तारीख है। मंडे को भी चेक है। और दिल्ली ऐसा तो मुझे अपडेट ही नहीं करता, हमको समझ नहीं आता।
See, we'll do one thing, we'll fix this matter again on the first week of April.
First week of
On-
April. Yes, ma'am.
On
Take
2nd of April.
2nd of April. Fine. I'm okay, my lord. I'm there.
Sorry?
2nd of April is fine with me.
Okay. Probably this court will be available in Guwahati on 2nd of April. So parties
So-
may, if they want, you, if you feel like, you can appear in person also.
Yes, my lord. I will. That will be better. I will come to Guwahati, my lord, on 2nd of April.
Second is fine, or we have it on first? Which date?
Lordship, let it be on first, Lordship.
First.
Lordship.
Okay.
Wednesday.
So 1st April, my lord, 1st April, I will come to Guwahati.
1st April. Okay.
Or my lord, will it be possible to do it on 31st, my lord?
31st. Is it a holiday? March.
Guwahati, we are open. Lord.
Uh, uh, 31st is a Tuesday, isn't it?
Lordship.
Oh, we can have it also if you.
31st.
participate. 31st.
Can it? 31st. On,
Okay.
in Guwahati, my lord?
In Guwahati.
Yes, my lord.
But one thing, just a minute.
Yes, my lord.
I think the time is a bit short because these records will have to be scanned and again printed there. So
Yes.
it might not be ready by then. This is what I'm apprehending.
So which date, my lord, in that case? So kindly keep it in the next week then in that case, my lord.
On 7th, Lordship, next Tuesday.
6th, my lord, 6th or 7th, whatever.
6th.
6th will be better.
My Lord, 6, I have some difficulty, my Lord.
Okay.
My Lord, on 8th, my Lord, 7th or 8th?
No, can you not have it on? Can we not have it on 1st or 2nd? Either of these dates.
Yes, Lordship. Can you let it be on 1st, my Lord?
First or 2nd, my lord, 1 second. Just. Can your lordship do it on 3rd?
Third is a holiday.
3rd
It's
is a
a
holiday.
Good Friday.
Oh, sorry.
That's why.
So, my lord, it would be better if your lordship do it in the next week. Will your lordship be there in Guwahati in the next week also?
No, I'll be in Guwahati next week. That's why.
Only next week.
And probably the week thereafter also.
So if your lordship is there the week thereafter also, my lord, it would be better if your lordship keep it on that date, or otherwise if your lordship is doing on first, then if your lordship can keep it on high on board. So my lord, I have some engagement in the evening in Calcutta, so I will have to fly out by 4:30 flight or something like that. So if it can
On
be
which
done
date? On which date?
on first.
On first.
Yes.
You'll be out. Okay.
So first, my lord, if your lordship can do it, because I have some engagement in the evening, my lord. By 4:30 or 5, if I can catch the flight, if I can go out of the court by 3, I will be fine.
On first.
On first, my lord. If your lordship can give some priority for my lord, this matter, high on board, it can be kept on first.
Yes, we can try.
Yes,
First.
My lord.
First.
Lord.
Please write
Read.
hard in part. List the matter again on 1st of April 2026.
Great.
I am obliged.
इसके अंदर मेरे वो
Grateful, man.
All right.
Item number 3.
May please, Your Lordship.
Yes.
My Lord, my case basically is that my lands have been used for construction of Luang Mall to Vaisam under PMGSY scheme. And my Lord, we are holders of periodic patas. And my Lord, if Your Lordship could kindly come to page number 101. 101. In WPC number 124 of 2023, Your Lordship has passed this judgment on 11/06/2024, 101. Now, my Lord, the petitioners in this WPC number 124 were holders of land under settlement certificate, LSC holders. And my case in the present case, we are periodic pata holders. That is only the difference. And my Lord, we are covered by this case, my Lord. And I have been informed that, my Lord, the petitioners in this WPC number 124 of 2023, their lands have been assessed, compensation has been given, and that they have received the awarded amount, my Lord.
Some road has been constructed through your land
Yes, my Lord.
and for which you are demanding compensation.
My Lord.
Anybody has been compensated?
My Lord, the petitioners in this WPC number 101, they have all been compensated, my Lord.
Where is that 101?
Page number 101.
That is page number. WPC is 124, I think.
Yes, my Lord. WPC number 124, 2023. The petitioners therein, my Lord, they have been.
You are similarly situated.
Yes. The only difference is that I am, the petitioners in the instant case are periodic pata holders, whereas the petitioners in this WPC number 124 of 2023, they are LSC holders. Construction of the road, my Lord, it started on 2019. 2019. Notice inviting tender was issued on 19/04/2018. And at the time of construction of this road, my Lord, the lands of the petitioners under periodic patas, they were valid. I have annexed copies of the periodic patas, and I have also reproduced the nature of their land holdings and the validity of their passes at page number 6, paragraph number 2.
Yes, government, what do you say?
This is handled by Ms. London Louis. She's on legs in the other courtroom and the file is not here.
You have it next week? Have it next week? We write like this, Mr. T. Lal Zakima, learned counsel for the petitioners, who submits that by filing this writ petition, the petitioners have claimed payment of compensation for construction of Luangwal to Vaisam, PMGSY Road. You'll see this spelling in page 17, the prayer portion. Stop. The learned counsel submits that similar situated persons had earlier approached this court through WPC number 124 of 2023. And this court, white order dated 11/6/2024, had disposed of the writ petition by directing the respondent authorities concerned to cause a verification and to pay compensation to the petitioners therein, if it was found that their lands have been affected by the road construction. Stop. The learned counsel submits that the only difference with the present case is that the present petitioners are holders of periodic patta, while the petitioners in WPC number 124 of 2023 were LSC holders. Stop. Since the learned government advocate who is handling the matter is said to be on legs in a different court, matter stands adjourned to be listed again in the next week.
Item 4.
My lord, in item 4, I'm appearing for the petitioners, my lord, for the petitioner. As per the, we have received the counter filed by the private respondent number 124, my lord. Just received 2 days back, so we'll be filing our rejoinder, my lord, to that.
You want these matters, some matters have been listed on 20th of April.
Yes, on 20th. It can be kept together on the 20th, my
Alright.
lord.
What is your good name?
T. Marangar, my lord.
Mr. T. Marngar, learned counsel, appears for the petitioner through RVC and submits that he needs some time to file rejoinder affidavit to the affidavit in opposition filed by the respondent numbers
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Number 1 to 4, my lord.
Prayers allowed. No. 1 to 4. And for which he prays for 2 weeks' time. You are there for respondent 1 to 4.
Yes, my lord.
What is your good name?
K. Van Lal Nipuya.
Mr. K.
Van Lal Nipuya.
Vanlal Naipuya. Give in writing to the learned counsel appears for the respondent numbers 1 to 4, while Miss Caroline K. Lung Oipui, learned government advocate, appears for respondent number
Respondent number 5.
5 and submits that respondent number 5 will not be filing counter affidavit. Next para, in view of above, and as prayed for, list the matter on 24/2026. Interim order passed earlier shall continue till the next date of listing. All right.
Item 5.
My lord, in item 5, there are one private respondent and the state. So the private respondent on the last occasion, service was awaited, but however, we have received it appears that they have filed their power and we have received the counter affidavit filed by them, my lord.
You want to file rejoinder in this case?
Yeah, we want to file the joint judgment.
Okay. heard Mr. P. Margar, learned counsel for the petitioner who appears through RVC, and submits that he has received a copy of the affidavit in opposition filed by the respondent number 1 and prays for 2 weeks' time to file rejoinder affidavit. Prayers allowed. Mr. So-and-so, learned counsel, appears for respondent number 1, while Miss Caroline K. Lumapui, learned government advocate, appears for respondent number 2. And she submits that the respondent number 2 will not be filing counter affidavit. Next para in view of above, and as prayed for this matter on 20/4/2026. Is there any interim order in this case?
Yes, my lord, there's an interim here also, my lord.
Okay, interim order passed earlier shall continue till the next date of listing.
I do oblige.
Item 6.
Your Lordship, this is a matter regarding land acquisition, and the similarly situated landowners had previously approached this honorable court, and there was a direction to assess the compensation with regard to the Central Act of 2013. So earlier on, the land was acquired in accordance with the 2016 Land Act made by the government of Mizoram. And the 2016 Act was challenged. This Honorable Court had held that the 2013 Act will apply in Mizoram, the Central Act. So the state respondents had filed an appeal which was also dismissed. And accordingly, the petitioners, the similarly situated landowners had approached this Honorable Court for a direction to recalculate the compensation in accordance with the Central Act of 2013, and which was already allowed. If I may take your Lordship to page 133.
You haven't compensated otherwise?
According to the 16 Act, State Act.
16 Act?
Which is the State Act.
Okay. There was some observation?
Yes.
That you receive the amount without prejudice to your right or something
Yes,
like that?
yes. In the preliminary notification. In the preliminary notification.
133 is a similar order? Or
Yes, page 133.
Yes.
If I may take a Lordship to page 135. It's a short judgment, if I may read it. No? I'll read from the third line.
Yes.
By filing this writ petition, the petitioners have challenged the acquisition of their land for construction of approach road from Chimtui Pui Bridge Tui Pui D within Nathial district for maintenance of national security along with border Indo-Myanmar International Border Road measuring about 520 meters approximately in length under draft award number 1 of 2022 by applying provisions of the Mizoram Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act 2016. It is the case of the petitioners that the land should be acquired under the Right to Fair Compensation and Transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act 2013. Instead, since the Act of 2016 has been held to be inapplicable by a coordinate bench of this court, where common judgment order dated 15/11/2017 passed in WPC 20 and 30 of 2014. It is the case of the state respondents, on the other hand, that the common judgment order dated 15/11/2017 passed in WPC number 20 and 30 of 2014 has been challenged in WA 70 and 71 of 2018. And pending disposal of the writ appeals, the Act of 2016 has been applied for the acquisition. It is stated at the bar that the two writ appeals, that is WA 70 and 71 of 2018, has since been heard by the division bench of this court and disposed of by common judgment order dated 30/10/2024 by dismissing the writ appeals while maintaining the judgment and order of the learned single judge. It is further brought to the notice of this court that in a bunch of writ petitions, wherein WPC 125 of 2021 was one of the writ petition, this court by judgment and order dated 21/11/2024 had disposed of the writ petitions by common judgment and order by directing the respondent authorities to make an assessment under the Act of 2013 and thereafter take necessary steps so that the petitioners can get the compensation on terms of the relevant provisions and Act of 2013. Learned Counsel for the petitioners submits that the present writ petition, being a squarely covered case, the same may be disposed of in similar lines. Learned counsels appearing for the opposite parties also submit that the present writ petition is covered by common judgment order dated 21/11/2024, passed in WPC 125/21 and other similar writ petitions. In view of the above, the instant writ petition is disposed of in terms of the common judgment and order dated 21/11/2024, passed in WPC 125/2021 and other similar writ petitions. It is, however, made clear that the refund of cess, which has been deducted from the compensation to be received by the petitioners, is left open to be considered in appropriate proceedings. Directions in other aspects shall be covered by the aforesaid common judgment order dated 21/11/2024. The petitioners shall submit a certified copy of the common judgment order dated 21/11/2024, passed in 125/2021 and other similar writ petitions along with this order. So, accordingly, Your Worship, there was another judgment, if I may take Your Worship to page 138. Page 138 is also another judgment by this coordinate bench of this Honorable Court at page 142. It starts from 142. So that's also a short judgment, Your Worship. Again, the direction was given to acquire the lands in accordance with the 2013 Act. I'll read from para 5, Your Honor. At page 143, para 5. In view of this court having held in the above writ petitions and writ appeals that compensation for acquisition of land in the state of Mizoram would have to be done in terms of the 2013 Act and not in terms of the 2016 Act, respondents are duly bound to assess any and pay compensation to the petitioners in terms of the 2013 Act. Accordingly, the respondents shall assess the compensation amount payable to the petitioners for acquisition of their lands in terms of the 2013 Act. After making necessary deductions of the amounts already paid to the petitioners, the remaining balance, if any, should be paid to the petitioners. The same should be done with a period of 4 months from date of receipt of certified copy of this order. So, Your Worship, a number of cases have been decided where, when the lands have been acquired, the Central Act of 2013 should be applied. And in this judgment which I've just read, at page 138, it is the same award. Award number 3 of 2022 year. I'm sorry, 1 of 2022.
What about the cess?
Cess, Your Worship, it is left for the company. We are not challenging the cess, Your Worship, because the Revenue Act was amended subsequently. And accordingly, cess has been deducted. So now we are only in the point of the Central Act being applied.
So basically, you are praying for a similar order.
Yes.
Well, these two cases.
Yes.
Government side. Have you filed affidavit otherwise?
Last occasion, they were directed to get instruction. In terms of the Honorable Court's directions, the respondent authorities have already come out with a fresh award in terms of the 2013 Act, which is at page 145, Annexure 12. And payment has also been made by the BRTF.
This is in respect of?
Reassessment in respect of WPC 37 of 25 and WPC 83 of 23, which we have just read, page 133 and 138.
And for them, the acquisition was done. Which part of the? Where's the land located?
Same, the same award, the award number 1 of 2022.
So how many awards are, I mean, how many beneficiaries are there
Your Worship, in the award,
as per the 2016 award?
as per the 22 award, one of 2022.
So everyone is coming separately.
Yes, now this is the last batch, third batch. The earlier, there were two batches earlier, that is WPC 37 and WPC 83. 83 of 23, 37 of 2025. And now this is the last batch, you can say, 4 people.
How many petitioners are there?
3. One petitioner has 2 plots of land. Page 5, Your Worship, the particulars are given.
So when the matter was listed on 9/2/2026, considering the issue involved, the learned government advocate was asked to obtain instructions in the matter. Stop today, Ms. Carolyn Kelly, learned government advocate, submits that she has not yet received the instructions. And therefore prays for further time. The case of the petitioners is that they are similar situated with the petitioners in WPC number
Page 133.
83 of 2023
And page
and
138.
WPC number 37 of 2025. And therefore, the 2 writ petitions having already been disposed of by this court, a similar order can be a similar order may be passed in the present case as well, since the case is squarely covered. Next para. It is the case of the petitioners that their lands were acquired by the respondents. White draft award number 1 of 2022 for construction of approach road from Chimtuipui Bridge (Tuipui D) within Nathial District, Mizoram. Under the provisions of the Mizoram Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act, 2016 Act of 2016 instead of the provisions under the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act, 2013 Act of 2013. Stop. Be it stated herein that a coordinate bench of this court, with judgment and order dated 15/11/2017, passed in WPC number 20 and 30 of 2014, has held the Act of 2016 not to be applicable, and that acquisition of land in the state should be done under the Act of 2013. Stop. The said decision was put to challenge by the state by filing writ appeal numbers 70 and 71 of 2018. Stop. The writ appeals were considered on 30/10/2024 and they were dismissed. While the judgment and order of the learned single judge dated 15/11/2017 was upheld. Stop. Following the said decision, and WPC number 37 of 2025 approached this court seeking direction to the respondent authorities concerned to reassess the amount of compensation entitled to them under the Act of 2013. To stop. The writ petitions were accordingly disposed of by directing computation of the compensation in terms of the Act of 2013. To stop. It was further provided that upon such computation, the amount that was assessed be paid to the petitioners, less the amount which has already been paid to them. Next para, from the projection made by the petitioners in the present case, and upon perusal of the materials available on record, it only appears that the case of the petitioners is squarely covered by the earlier decision of this court. And accordingly, the writ petition is disposed of by directing the respondent authorities. Who does the calculation?
That should be calculated by the DC in Hathia.
More particularly, the respondent number
6.
6, to make the assessment of compensation entitled to the petitioners in terms of the Act of 2013 and upon making such assessment, and after making deductions of the amounts already paid to the petitioners, comma, the remaining balance, if any, should be paid to the petitioners without delay. So the entire exercise be carried out within a period of 4 months from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. With petition accordingly stands disposed of.
I'm obliged.
Supplementary cost list 1, item number 10.
Have you gone through this record?
Only briefly, Your Lordship. Only briefly, Your Lordship.
Briefly. Mrs. Dinari,
Yes.
we are concerned with which area?
Bukpui.
Bukpui.
Yes.
There's Limen here, North Limen. Sai Pum is there. Bukpui.
Yes.
How much was the awarded amount for Bukpui in total?
You're concerned about only 5%.
5%.
Yes.
Have you annexed the award in your petition?
Yes.
What is the name of the award?
Yes. I'll come to that. Here I have a
Draft award.
draft award.
Number?
Number, page number. Yes, sir. Reassessment is
No, the original award.
original award.
What is the original award and what was the
Original
amount?
award is annexure 2
Yes. How much was the amount?
for the petitioner. You mean or
No,
all
the entire thing for Bukpui.
for book here it's a page. Kindly see your lordship page.
No, you tell me the figure.
27, yes, 252 21536.
Dated?
Dated it is the signature of the 23rd April 2015.
The figure is, in the record it says 257 25966. 257 25966.
252 21536. Here, total comes
How much? 25?
252 21536.00.
That is the revise.
That is the old one, the previous one,
That is the old one.
old one.
And what is the, how much is the revised
The
one?
revised here, I have reassessment calculation statement, book Pui, 26691,840.
26691
Yes,
840
yes,
for book Pui.
for book Pui. Part F. Part F, book Pui.
But the figure is more, isn't it?
Yeah, the figure is
Figure is more, but your share is less.
less.
The old one was
252,
252. Now it's 266.
right.
And out here it says 257. Draft award number 3 of 2014.
Yes,
Part F, book Pui.
yes, that's what I have.
And date of the award is 23rd April 2015.
Right, right.
The figure doesn't tally.
I don't know why. 25221536. Here it says, yes, the total is in the page 16, it says 257,25966. But I counted from the claimant list, it comes to 252. But here they have mentioned in the paper, page 16 of my petition, they have said that altogether 257,25966. Only 5 of them, the petitioner are. I have made the chart, the difference, previous assessment and reassessment. Even they admitted that in respect of petitioner number 2, Tuam Huna, even though he has a periodic pata, the land value is not given.
You have the report separately.
Submitted in the court.
Huh?
Your Lordship, it was submitted in the form of an additional affidavit. That is the only record I have.
No, out here, the write-up says that report of the fact-finding committee.
That is,
Original report submitted to government advocate. You must be having the original report.
yes, that is annexed to in the additional affidavit.
No, I'm not asking about the annexure. I'm asking you whether you have the original report or not with you.
No, Your Lordship.
Where is it?
Your Lordship,
This write-up says that it was given to you.
the original copy.
You remember the other day you had produced. Where is that?
Your Lordship, if I may be allowed to produce it in the afternoon also, Your Lordship.
It is with you.
It is with me, Your Lordship.
You have not returned back.
No.
Your Lordship, that thing you have checked it in the last day, and it's the same thing as
It is the
annexed
same,
in the
yes, Your Lordship.
previous
I
affidavit.
understand, but that is the original.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Original and the annexure, original and the photocopies are annexed to the affidavit.
Yes,
Right,
Your Lordship.
right. There's nothing there.
See, one thing, we have time constraint, Ms. Dinari. We should list it some other day.
Yes, Your Lordship. Today I have an arbitration appeal pending, which it will commence again at 2 p.m. before Learned Justice Michael as well, Your Lordship.
You retain the records, keep the records with you.
Yes, Your Lordship.
What is to be done? Next week, I'm not here.
Your Lordship, you just keep it as a part hard whenever you come. Otherwise, from the beginning, we have to start again. So if your
No,
Lordship.
I was
accept-
thinking in that line also,
Yes.
not for that reason. The other reason is that because the note sheets and all these things are in vernacular.
Mm.
So
Let them
most of the
translate, yeah.
others may not be able to read it.
Right.
That is why.
Part hard.
We'll keep it part hard.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Please write, in terms of the last court's order, Ms. Lalnun Lui, learned government advocate, has produced there's no file number.
Your Lordship, it might be listed on, mentioned on the first page of the note sheet, the file number, Your Lordship.
Correct. Huh. You are supposed to acknowledge also. This is for you, I think.
Yes, Your Lordship.
You
I
have
will.
given
I
this
will.
to-
I will send it back. Yes, Your Lordship. The acknowledgement.
Has produced file number F 15012 / 10 / 011 dash DC bracket K. With the subject given as Sherkan to Baga Road, volume Roman 4. Due to paucity of time, the matter could not be taken up today. We don't have the roster also, what is to be done? List the matter again, as and when this bench is available as and when this bench is available. No, before that, right? Since this court has heard this matter at a considerable length, the matter is kept as part heart to be listed again as and when this court is available in the Aizawl bench. The Ms. Lal Nunlui, the Honored Government Advocate, shall also produce the original report of the fact-finding / verification team on Serkhantu Baga Road, on the next court date. The record produced by the learned government advocate shall be retained along with the court records. This you give your signature, send it back.
Hearing list, item 5.
What is when the matter is called? Likewise, no one appears for the respondents as well. List the matter again after a week for hearing.